But no more talking shit. Let's get into it. We got Lex in the building on the great couch at Open Gym, the podcast. So we're gonna get into your story. Talk to us a little bit about your journey. Like, why entrepreneurship and like what got you into it.
Okay. So I started doing lashes oh my God, is it about to be 4 years?
I didn't even know lashes was out that long.
I know. I
thought
think
they just dropped.
Oh, she was on the mink early.
It was a journey. But okay, so I had a 9 to 5, and then I had a friend that we just seen this girl that was like, oh, like it was kind of like we were dipping, because this is when we started the podcast. We started so much stuff, so we were like dipping and dabbling and everything. So we took the class, so then I started doing lashes, and then it was actually very hard. I'm not even gonna lie, like I was low-key like, this is stupid, and like I'm not about to sit here for like, in the beginning it took me like 4 hours to do one person, and I was like, I'm not about to sit here and do this. But then at the same time I was like, bro, I spent like $500 on this class. I'm not about to waste my money. I need to at least make my money back. And then honestly, like people just started to be like, yeah, you can try it on me. You can try it on me. I was getting like $20. I charged everybody $20. It took me like 4 hours though, 4 or 5 hours. So it was like a struggle. Like it was not even it wasn't even worth it, because I had to like buy the supplies, and then they were like, glue's not working, so I'm trying new stuff, and glue's $20. So it's like that was my money right there.
Losing money.
I was losing money, so I was like, dang, this is just not. So then, I don't know, over time I started to see like progress, and then like after like 6 months, I want to say, that's a long time. I went from 20 to 40, and then after that it was up from there. Now I was like 60, 70.
Yesterday's price is not today's
price.
Okay.
It's literally never. So then that's when that started. So then I started to do lashes, and I started to have clients, but I still worked at I still had a 9 to 5. So I had a 9 to 5, and I would like work 7:50 to 4:50. Then I would do 2 clients after work at my house. So I was doing it in my living room at first, because when COVID happened, I started working from home. So I did everything from my living room. Like my couch was right beside me. I had my table. Then I moved Then I moved my chair, and then I started doing lashes at the end of the night.
Yes,
right.
Sir.
Then that started happening. I'm like in the Zoom calls. I'm like, I got a meeting. I can take a client. Cool. Taking a client. I cut my camera off. I'm working. And then I started just to have so many people, and I had a roommate and a boyfriend. So they was like, you can't keep having all these people in the crib. So I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to pay for like a place to stay. So then I'm like, let me find a place. So I find a place, and the girl that was doing my hair, she was like, I'm looking for a place to work too. So I'm like, come work at the place I'm gonna find. So she's like, okay, cool. So I find her, and then she's like, well, my friend wanna come. So I'm like, okay, tell her to come. So then next thing you know, I'm like, all right, boom, I'm about to open a little space. And so I opened the space. It was just flowing like so easily. And my boyfriend at the time was like really pushing it. Like he was like, get out the house, do this. He was an entrepreneur too or whatever. But he was like,
PPP.
No. So he was like pushing me to do it. He was like, you know what? And then I also like, when he wanted to go out of town, I wanted to go out of town with him. I couldn't take no PTO. I kept calling out. So I was like, man, forget this job.
So you quit.
I'm about to quit this job. So I quit the job, opened the place, and then it's about to be my 1 year anniversary for the Glam spot.
Yes, give you a round of applause for the coming up on
August 15th.
August 15th. We started off August 7th.
August 7th.
Y'all was coming up for real.
Yeah, I'm 2 years.
Wow.
August 15th.
Congratulations. I'm going to remember that. August 7th. It's the 3rd. Okay.
I'm about to say congratulations.
That's dope.
But that
That's
is
dope.
cool. I like, just kind of all flow.
Yeah, it really did all flow, and it was just all working out. So I was like, you know what?
Hey,
cool.
Can't play with those kind of opportunities when they pop up.
And even my place was like, I mean, I did have like, when I first moved in, the AC went out, so I had to get a whole new AC unit, and I was like stressed out.
Yeah,
but it was okay. It was worth it.
What was the process like of finding a space? Like, was it a long process? Did you like vet different places, or did you have your eye on this one spot?
So honestly, like my whole thing was like, I didn't want to make it too inconvenient for my clients, because I lived in Virginia Beach, and I was like, I'm not trying to go like super far from where I live. Like I don't want to have to tell my clients like, oh, I'm moving all the way to Norfolk, because some people really are like that. They're like, oh, you're 5 minutes from my house, so I'm gonna get my lashes done by you. Right. So I was like, okay, I'm not trying to go too far. So I started to just like drive by the shopping centers by my house at the time, and I was like, I'm gonna just start seeing. So I started, you know how they have numbers in the window. So I was like, let me just call the numbers and see how this process works, because I don't even know how to get a commercial space. So I called them, and then they started just giving me prices. It's kind of just like applying for a house, or like an apartment, I should say, if you're not gonna own the building.
Right.
So I just started to call around, and I'm like, hey, like, I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to figure out how much it was, how much I can handle if I'm there completely by myself. So then I reached out to like a realtor, and I'm like, I was looking in this area. So she showed me the suite that I have, and I was like, oh, this is really good price. Like the amount was really good. And I was like, I can still share the space. It's like a reasonable amount. Like worst case scenario, I have to pay the rent on my own. I can handle it. And boom, I was like, all right, I'm gonna just sign it. And then my landlords are like, they live in Boston, but they're older. They're like really, really helpful. So they helped me with like a lot of stuff, because I was what, 23 at the time. So she was like, you're so young getting this place. And I was like, I know, but I'm just gonna try.